Take my hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we won. The Stellar Blade demo came out and it's looking absolutely gorgeous. At least that's what everyone is saying that has gotten a chance to play it, because if you saw what happened with the demo, it was released and it was immediately taken down by the PSN store, so people haven't been able to play it, but the people that have played it have said amazing things, and we see visuals that look like things that we have never seen in the video game industry for the at least past decade or so, because of these progressive social political standards that have been injected into the video game developer space. And that's why everyone's rejoicing while seeing this demo, saying this is amazing. This has the beauty aesthetic that has been absent from video games for the past decade or so, and now we're seeing a lot of things about this game coming out when it comes into relation to the overall character design and models and the gameplay. And this demo is exemplifying how good this game is, and just maybe how ground shaking this release will be for PSN, for Sony, and just for the video game industry as a whole, because this started trending, everyone started talking about it, and just the overall traction this game is getting is showing that there's heavy interest in something like this. And I think that is the thing that's going to get the ball rolling for a lot of these other video game developers to realize, okay, we can't listen to these consultancy firms that are based on political factions and overall focus on social progressive standards that have nothing to do with making good games. And I think that is the essential thing that we're seeing with Stellar Blade right now, where people are hyped for this and it has no influence from a politicized agenda. It's just pure game making, pure aesthetic beauty transposed into a video game, and it is selling like hotcakes. And that is the case according to the pre-orders that have come up. Even the sales of PlayStation 5 is going up because people are purchasing the PlayStation 5 just to play this game. So this is showing a remarkable change in the video game sphere and environment, where these type of games that have been admonished, been criticized, we've seen criticism for this game itself from Digital Foundry and all these other established games journalists where they're attacking it. Their words mean nothing, because the game players themselves are purchasing the game and they're not backing off, and they are unfazed by games journalists and their overall proclivity to hate games with anything beautiful in it. And I think that is the case with this Stellar Blade demo that came out. Was short-lived, not everyone was able to play it, but the people that have played it have just had amazing things to say about it. And I think we see that in the overall character models, the overall gameplay, and just the excitement that is building around this game, that it is unstoppable, it is unparalleled, people are loving it, and it's not going away. And it's kind of showing that some of the ratings that we did see in Korea for this game hold true, because we have some suits and clothing that are almost near nude-like. So I can see why it got a high M rating in Korea, especially with its overall moral standards and its social, political, and its social mores there, where it's not accustomed to having these very revealing outfits for a lot of female characters. But it is astounding to see some of the outfits. People are kind of raving about some of the outfits that have been released, and they're talking about it. And I think that is the main thing that's catching people's eyes. Just some of the outfits are pretty amazing, pretty standard. We have the regular kind of a Wasteland Adventurer outfit. We have the classic diving suit that we always see during the promotion and trailers for this. And we have the kind of sleek stealth suit. And of course, we have the most attractive of them all, the Racer High suit. The Racer suit, which is something people have been seeing pretty provocative, and people have been criticizing it for this fact. But I think this kind of brings in line to some of the things that we've been missing in the video game industry, where it is catering to the male gaze. The male gaze is attracted to these revealing outfits, but more than anything, people just want to see something where people are putting in effort to make some sort of beautifying aspect to the video game. It doesn't even have to be the female model in and of itself. People just want to see something catered to and made in such a way where they're trying to enhance the aesthetic beauty, whether it's male or female characters, or whether it's just just the overall story arc and narrative design, where it isn't trying to tear down something, where it's trying to build up something. And that's why I think that positive outlook, positive thinking that people have been missing in video games, have been missing in superhero movies in general, just anything that's focused on the positivity in the world, has been stripped away of that kind of aesthetic beautifying aspect. I think this is a small part and parcel representation of that, where it's being brought back a little bit by the aesthetic look and the overall kind of pure narrative design that we're seeing here, where people are going, okay, this is not about deconstruction of Superman, this is not about deconstruction of Batman, to see how much of a loser and evil they are. No, this is a reconstruction of a female superhero archetype that we see in Eve, where it's unabashedly feminine and beautiful, and people are praising that. And I think we want to see that with some of the male heroes that kind of have been deconstructed and destroyed, like Indiana Jones, like Luke Skywalker, and like all these other superhero movies that have come out that focus on destroying the character rather than raising the character. And I think that is the key thing that's happening with Stellar Blade, where it's not about an ugly in character boss lady that is emasculating everyone around them and berating everyone. No, it's about a strong, beautiful, feminine woman that is rescuing and becoming a hero and fighting things that are uglier, more heinous than them, and being a hero. And I think people are responding to that, and she's doing it while being beautiful and feminine. And I think that is the thing people are responding to with Stellar Blade, and the thing that people like. Of course, everyone likes the overall body structures and the faces. Yes, that's the main thing, but I think that is secondary to the overall hopeful and positive outlook that it has, where good is fighting evil. It's simple, it's direct, and it's not trying to deconstruct the hero. And I think that's the thing I'm excited about, I love about it, and I'm waiting to actually spend time playing. At least that's my thoughts on the situation. I like what I've seen so far from the demo. It's pushing me to get a PlayStation 5. I already have it pre-ordered, so I have to get a PlayStation 5 now. So I'm already going to get that down this week. So this is something that is exciting the fan base, and it's clear why this is the case, because it is something fresh and new after a long decade or so of the opposite, the trending of making everything ugly, everything not so aesthetically beautifying, and everything based on the deconstruction and disrespect of heroes. And I think that is at the core of this, where we're going to have some respect and some beautifying aesthetics included to this type of story, rather than something that is catering to the opposite. And I think that's what people love about Stellar Blade. Of course, we saw the ratings for this. Korea had that rating for it, the nudity and violence, and I think it's aptly applied. It seems there's a lot of blood and violence, and the nude aspect you saw in the beginning, it really does look like she's almost naked. So I understand that rating, but I'm glad for the US version they haven't changed anything. They kept everything the same, and there's no censorship. That is guaranteed. And hopefully they don't censor it in the future. I think that's highly unlikely, especially with the way the standing of game journalists are today, where people don't respect them or listening to them. And I think probably that's going to extend to the developers after they see so much failure of their projects, even though they get hailed by games journalists, but they're not selling. That's going to lead to no future censorship for a lot of these games, and it seems like Stellar Blade is going to be such a big success where they will never do that. But it's exciting to see this game come out. People are excited to play it. I can't wait to play it. This looks like one of the best games of the year. Of course, there's some other games coming out that will probably be better, I think, just overall gameplay wise. But it's hard to say if I will play them more than I play Stellar Blade. But Stellar Blade is the #1 hyped game of the year, at least for me. You tell me what you think about this game. I think it looks good so far. Some of the shots I've seen in the demo, it looks very cinematic. It looks engaging. It looks fun to play. And I'm excited to play. You tell me what you think about this game. Like, share in the comments. This is Wagner Knows Why. Catch you next time.